Stamina, aka the silly, stupid yellow bar in Dauntless, it doesn't make sense in the game. Why does it exist? What's its purpose? Is it lets you sprint places? If you sheath your weapon, you can sprint. So you're telling me my Slayer, who's been slaying behemoths for like what 5,000 hours, like personally, can't sprint with their weapon out without losing stamina? Okay, cool. You can't glide infinitely. Not that gliding even does anything for you aside from movement. Like you can't go out of a glide and just drop a nuke on a behemoth. You can't dodge if your stamina's out, even though your stamina gets depleted by attacking. So if you have a really good uptime, you have to stop attacking, stop playing the game, basically, to dodge. That's not skillful. Like, I get some players will say that stamina is in a sense a skill cap. What's skillful about just not attacking? There's way more risk in attacking than there is not attacking and waiting to dodge. Because if you attack and you time it right, you can attack and like a split second later dodge and attack, which is infinitely cooler, way more fun to see, to pull off, and the game is faster paced because of it. But instead, when you attack, you lose stamina if you're using heavy attacks, and I just don't get it. Like, some weapons can get away with it, right? On chain blades, you can just press your special button and you're out of there. On sword, if you have Avenging Overdrive, you can just press your special and dodge. But even then, they change it so the special on Avenging Overdrive doesn't block more than one instance of damage. So it's like, in my head, how does Dauntless get the combat to be any better than it is now if stamina is going to be there to hinder the player? If they have these like silly rules where you can't block more than one instance of damage with something like a parry, how is the gameplay ever going to get faster paced or any crazier if you have these limitations in place? Like, stamina doesn't do anything beneficial in Dauntless at all. All a player's hoping is they have a little bit of stamina to dodge. That's it. There's nothing else to it. And I don't think that that's a good thing. Like, just get rid of it and a player wouldn't notice. Because right now, all it is a limitation. There's nothing a player can really do with it to make it useful. I guess adrenaline, but only one weapon can make adrenaline useful. And that's only because it has the ability to press their special and avoid all damage in the game. That isn't very interactive, cool, fun, whatever you want to call it. It's just flat out stupid. I don't know why, like, stamina shouldn't have existed for a long time. I get that they were trying it out in the first place, but at this point, just get rid of it. The cells that accompany stamina, what do? They exist for no reason. Like, seriously, a player has to use conditioning. Conditioning doesn't matter if you're attacking so consistently that your stamina doesn't get time to regenerate in the first place. So if you're a really good player, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter how much conditioning you have. You will still run out of stamina because the way there's a cooldown on how fast it can regenerate. Even with the 10% increased rate of regeneration on the Slayer's Path, stamina is still a nuisance, man. I think that it should come down to timing. If you can time your attacks, if you can weave your combos in and out, you can weave around your freaking animation locks, which I think I agree with. I agree with animation locks for 99% of the time. I think the Twin Suns have a stupid, like, long animation lock on their bombs sometimes, but other than that, I think it's good to have animation lock. That is where the real skill in the game comes into play. If you could just dodge out of everything, that'd be silly. But penalizing someone for attacking, knowing their timings, and just not having stamina, so they sit there for a second and a half and still get hit, that is just how you limit any kind of freaking skill cap in the game. That's how you decrease the skill cap in the game. For no reason. Like, if I can time my attack to where it finishes, I should be able to dodge whatever I want to dodge. If I have that timing down, that's all that should matter. And with that in place, it wouldn't matter if you have double dodges. Because if you dodge one time, guess what? You're going to probably have stamina to dodge again. And that's what matters. But just having, like... you can't have these silly mechanics in place, like double dodges, if you don't give the player stamina to dodge it in the first place. Sometimes you don't have stamina to dodge the first one. Like, what's the thought process, man? And what else is stamina used for? Sprinting? I think you should be able to sprint all the time. How boring is it that you can't sprint because you're out of stamina? Oh, I knocked over Pangar. It slid to freaking absolute Narnia. Guess what? Let me go ahead and walk over to it. Sick. Very enjoyable gameplay. Super fun. Love it. I'm gonna go ahead and write all my friends about how much fun I'm having while I'm walking to a behemoth I knocked over. I want to hit it while it's knocked over. That'd be lit. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and walk over there. And if you're out of stamina and you shoot your weapon, you still gotta walk. FYI, you need 20 stamina to sprint if you run out of stamina, by the way. So there's that, and then there's also the whole I don't know, combos that use stamina that aren't even worth like anything. Chain blades have the hurricane or the hurricane blades modifier. Whatever the thing is called. It's like the vertical attack spinny blades, I guess, is what I'm gonna call it. That doesn't do a whole lot of like. It doesn't really do much for the chain blades because there's better options. You can just do spin to win, the freaking vertical spins, and press your Q and you're solid. You're way better off. And then for axe, you have wood chopping, which is worthless, absolutely worthless. So what's the point in stamina? You have an exotic called Skullforge that, oh, you just have infinite stamina now. Is that really an exotic? Is that really is that really cool? Echoes destroys that exotic in terms of like its design and what it looks like and everything. All Skullforge does is, oh, you get more stamina, bro. You get that thing that the game should you get that thing that the game shouldn't have in the first place. You get a ton of it, so you can actually play the video game and enjoy it. Like I can't stand stamina, and I'm going pretty light too because, like I said, stamina has been better, but it still shouldn't exist. It doesn't do anything meaningful. There's adrenaline. I'm not sure if I covered it. I've tried making this video like 3 times now, but adrenaline, what does that do? What use is that if it's only good on one weapon, and only if you're freaking going absolute full blast? Okay, actually, I'll word it like this. The only reason adrenaline's even decent on chain blades is because you can press a special and dodge everything in the video game. If that wasn't the case, it would be terrible. So chain blades is lucky. Every other weapon, like, bruh, what you doing? And I think I said it, and I'm not sure when I said this either, but the movement cells, or not movement's whatever, but the stamina cells are worthless, bro. You can reduce the cost of your dodge if you want, bro. It doesn't matter. Maybe if you have +6 agility, I guess you could have stamina every now and then, but like I said, if you're attacking fast enough, it doesn't matter what the cost is. You're still not regenerating stamina fast enough, and nothing will change that because nothing will reduce the time it takes for stamina to start regenerating. Things will increase how fast it regenerates. Things will reduce how much things cost for stamina. Nothing will increase or decrease the rate at which stamina, the cooldown for which stamina can be regenerated at. There's like a 1.5 second cooldown or 2 seconds, whatever it is, aside from your Slayer's Path. But even with that, it's still noticeable. Now, this rant's coming to an end, and all I want to say is, like I said, stamina does not add up in Dauntless. As Mako would say, it doesn't make sense. I wish it was gone, and hopefully it'll go away. Some magic will happen, and it will just go away. And I'm telling you, the game would only be better for it because it doesn't exist for anything meaningful in the video game. But that's all I got, folks. I just wanted to say that real quick. Get it in the air, I guess. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, all that good stuff. Helps me out a ton. Be sure to use credit code OhDough in the Epic Games Store, in-game Dauntless Store, whatever store you can use it in. Maybe even Macy's, who knows. And also, check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/OhDough, TikTok at OhDouglas, or Nat. Other ways are in the description to support me if you want to. Y'all have a good night. Catch you later. Peace.